Thank you for joining us live here in the KEXP studio. I'm Cheryl Waters, and I am beyond excited to be here with this band today, who we have loved since the first note that we ever heard from them, and each new record gets us so excited for live music here in the KEXP studios. It's Black Belt Eagle Scout. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you here today. The gorgeous new record, The Land, the Water, the Sky. It's just really taken you to a brand new place. I can't wait to talk about it. Well, let's hear some live music first. You're listening to Black Belt Eagle Scout live here in the KEXP studios, playing songs from The Land, the Water, the Sky.
Feel it in my bones.
Black Belt Eagle Scout live here on KEXP. It's Black Belt Eagle Scout live here in the KEXP studios, the new album, The Land, the Water, the Sky, out on Saddle Creek Records. So excited to have them in studio, wrapping up an amazing tour.
Thank you. This is our last song called On the River. but I can feel your energy.
Absolutely stunning. It's Black Belt Eagle Scout live here in the KEXP studios, the land, the water, the sky. Oh my goodness, it is such a gorgeous record and people are freaking out on this tour. I mentioned to you earlier, in every town you've been playing at, people have been emailing in the next day, requesting a song and just going on and on about how great the shows have been. I know you're wrapping up a pretty long tour. How's it felt to be back out playing in front of an audience and sharing this beautiful new record?
It's been really wonderful being able to play all together and to play the songs for people and just to have people come to the shows and be in a space with us. It's just been magical.
This record sounds so cohesive, and I understand that when you started to put it together, you didn't really know that you had a full album. How did these songs come together and sound like they're so much of a one?
Well, so I started writing the record not knowing, like in the beginning of 2020, and then the pandemic happened, and I initially wanted to do just like a 5-song EP. And I was going to work with my friend Takia Reed from Divide and Dissolve, and we had studio time at the Anacortes Unknown Recording Studio. And I think like 2 weeks before, we sort of just had this feeling like we should maybe make more than just 5 songs. And you know, I had been playing guitar and recording it on my phone, and like I had stuff, and so it essentially just kind of came together naturally because, you know, what had happened over the 2 years, I was just writing, but not with the intention of a record, but realizing, you know, right before we recorded, like there's enough material to put it together as one.
Well, the land, the water, the sky is very much inspired by where you grew up in Northwest Washington, and you moved away to go to school and then spent many years living in Portland, Oregon. And at the start of the pandemic, you decided to move home. Can you talk about why you felt like you wanted to move back home and how deeply that inspired this record? I mean, it's all over the record. It is the record.
Yeah, I mean, so I had always planned on moving home. It just wasn't like this soon. I think that I wanted to like go out and tour and then, you know, be on the road and then move home eventually. But when the pandemic happened, my parents needed some help. So I decided that I wanted to, you know, move out of Portland, move back to where I'm from, somewhere really beautiful, and just be with my parents, my family, and my community. My husband, who plays drums in the band, him and my stepkids, his kids, decided, you know, we're just going to move back to my community and be a part of the community there. And yeah, it just, you know, it was meant to be home.
Well, that community is such a social atmosphere. What was it like moving home right at the start of the pandemic?
I mean, it's funny because like it is a very social community, but we couldn't, you know, come together. And so I actually spent a lot of time outside. And I think it's because of the situation and me being able to spend time outside that I had a closer connection to my homelands and to this, you know, the foundation of where I'm from, like to the water, to the land, to all the trees, to all the salmon berries. And that sort of fed me in being able to have a nice bedding to write and to play and to just, you know, be creative.
I also have lived here most of my life, and I love the area that we live. And I read in interviews that you've said it's a place where you really feel like you can be 100% yourself. And that really resonated with me as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a song, we didn't play it today, but it's called Cheats Oats, and it's a place in up where I'm from. It's in Chitsots is a Lushootseed word. It means a narrow place. And I got to spend a lot of time there, getting to relearn, where I'm from when I moved back home. And there are these really beautiful cedar trees in that area, like a family of cedar trees. And whenever I would walk through them, I would notice a cedar tree and then, realize that it noticed me too. And having that, connection to those trees, feeling seen, feeling loved, that's why I feel, I would say 110% like myself in that area.
Well, speaking of feeling love, you talk about moving home to be closer to your parents and support them. And the song Spaces on the record features the gorgeous vocals of your parents. And I know you said your father is a powwow Coast Salish drum singer, and your mother has this beautiful, expansive voice that layers just so beautifully with yours. And I wonder what it was like to create this song with them.
It was really fun. I knew that I wanted to have them sing on a song. I didn't know which one just yet. And I think I was thinking about Spaces because that song has a really healing feel to me. I wrote it, right when the pandemic happened in my little bedroom in Portland. I, desperately missed being in a space where I could share music with people and wanted that. And so that song has a healing feeling for me. And also, I guess, bursts out other healing feelings, and it just sort of happened naturally. I was like, okay, I think my parents should sing on this part because it has a vocal melody that I think that they could sing on. It was really funny being in the studio because they had never recorded to a click track. And so we were just trying to record. And then finally I was just sing it how you would sing it. And we just recorded it, not to a click track, just on how they would sing it, and then mixed it in.
I don't know if this is accurate, but I have this beautiful image of you clearly, or probably, learning so much about music from them growing up, and then now they're learning from you as well.
Yeah, I mean, yes. My family are all singers, and my community, we're singers. We have song within our culture. And so, yeah, I did learn a lot from them. And I guess I'm sharing what I've learned as well in this different kind of space, but, yeah.
Well, your parents aren't the only people that you collaborate with. This is a rich album with many people involved. Can you talk about some of the other people that you worked with?
Yes. So Takia Reed produced the record alongside me, and then we were able to have a string trio. Lori Goldston, Swilcanum, Jabrana Cervantes played a string trio. My friend Grace played the bass. And then, on this song that we have called Salmon Stinta, my friend Phil Elverum sang on a little verse of it. And then, yeah, it was just a really wonderful time being able to have people, because before I didn't really have people on my records, with at the party with my brown friends and mother of my children. It was just me playing the instruments, and so I stepped into this kind of vulnerable space of let's invite people in, and it was really nice.
Do you feel like collaboration brings a new energy to Black Belt Eagle Scout?
Yes, I do, for sure.
I love that you work with Takia. I was in Melbourne, Australia in 2017, my first and only, but hopefully not last trip to Australia. And I was at the Bakehouse Studios and actually met them there. And that was where I first discovered Divide and Dissolve. And that's like a doom metal band. And I love that you're working together. What was it like in the studios with Takia, and what did they bring to the project?
Takia was really supportive of just whatever ideas that we had. I think that was something that gave a little bit more life into the recording aspect of Black Belt Eagle Scout. Because, in the past, I would have an idea, but then sometimes I'd be like, I don't know, I'm not sure, and then I wouldn't pursue it. But this time, having that support and just another person to bounce ideas off and figure things out, we really went in a lot of different directions, which I think expanded some of the sound of the recordings and expanded, some of the feelings that we ended up capturing.
Remembrance and appreciation are two of the themes that I hear in this record. And you talk about remembrance of your ancestors in the past that they have walked, as well as deep appreciation and gratitude for the natural land. And I'm curious, what does theme and memory and respect mean to you? And how are you practicing that in your everyday life?
I mean, it's just a part of my life, essentially. Yeah, it's how I grew up. It's, what I was taught by my community. And I think it's just so instilled in how I live, how my community lives. And it's kind of a foundational aspect of our lives.
Well, I absolutely adore this new record. Thank you for bringing this beautiful music to the KEXP studios, all of you. You sound amazing.
Thank you so much for having us. This is just wonderful.
Well, you're welcome anytime. For sure, come back on the next record, but we'll be enjoying this one for a long time, and we love it. It's called The Land, the Water, the Sky. We're so, so happy to have Black Belt Eagle Scout here with us today. Again, thanks to you all.
Osiam, thank you.
And a big thank you to all of you, our viewers, making wonderful sessions like this possible. We've got 2 previous sessions with Black Belt Eagle Scout that you can find on our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get notification every time we launch a new video. And we stream 24/7 at KEXP.org. We're on the radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle. Also, we've got free mobile apps. So learn more about us at KEXP.org. And we are listener powered, so you can make a contribution anytime. And make sure that we continue to create and discover great new sessions like this one. Thanks again. It's Black Belt Eagle Scout live on KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.